Hey guys, it's Razer, and welcome to episode 7 of my Let's Play. I was just stepping outside here to take a look at our crops and our livestock over here. It's looking pretty good. I've bred a few of these guys over here, and so uh, we're increasing our population over here. Our crops are looking really good. I've already harvested once on all of these guys. I've collected a bunch of potatoes. Those things grow really fast. Corn doesn't grow quite as fast. The corn, when you click it once, oh, actually, it didn't. Huh. Okay, usually it knocks the whole stalk down, but it didn't on this. Oh, yes, it did. Okay. So when you do that, you get these corn uh, those corn cobs, and then corn kernels. And if you cook these guys up, you get corn on the cob. So I've done that a couple of times, and it seems to be a pretty good food source. The flax is ready whenever you see the flowers, and if you click one of those, you get string, and you get more flax seeds. So that's pretty good. And of course, wheat, and then the henequen. Click that, you get this henequen leaf, and then from that, if you look at the uses of it, um, from that you can make twine, and with twine, look at the uses on it. It takes 4 of them to make one string, so not as useful if you've got flax. So I can see if you didn't have red power installed, but you had Zycraft, that's a good way to make string. Okay, so let's while we're here, let's go ahead and plant these corn stalks there, and I'm not gonna worry about the Hinook one. Um, I'm not gonna gather anything right now because we got more stuff to do in here. If you remember the last time, we got started on the IC2 stuff over here. Um, I put a little bit of coal in here and started charging our MFE just a little bit. Um, we got more to do. This coal generator is not going to work out for us too well for very long, but it will replace that. Also, built a project table, which I started but never finished in the last episode. And I wanted to show you a couple things on the project table. Um, this is from Red Power, this project table. I've already loaded up its inventory here with a few items. Um, so what we'll do is kind of keep the items that we'll use for Red Power and Industrial Craft until we run out of room. And we can make as many of these project tables as we want. One of the things that's really cool about the project table in this newer version is you can make this thing called a blank plan. And to make one of those guys, you need a piece of paper and some indigo dye. Well, let me tell you, finding indigo dye or finding the indigo flower was really tough on me. Um, I had to search far and wide to find just one flower. And the reason is with these extra biomes installed, the indigo flowers seem to only grow in the vanilla biomes. And with extra biomes installed, um, there's very few vanilla biomes, at least in this seed. Um, so I had to go about 2,000 meters that direction before I found a standard regular forest that had some indigo flowers. And I only grabbed one little flower, and that's because I felt like an idiot when I got over there because I realized that there's a trick. Um, Supposedly, if you use the bone meal, I know if you use bone meal and grass, uh, it will grow all kinds of stuff. So if we use this here, it'll grow grass, but it's supposed to grow flowers. And look, grow some indigo flowers right there. And so there we go. That's how we can get those things anytime we want. Uh, so let's make a blank plan because what we're going to do is I think I want to create an extractor and maybe a compressor to get started here. We need some cable as well, and I've created a little bit of that. Uh, for the cable, it's going to run right here between the MFE and the LV transformer. Uh, it needs to be something other than the copper cable because the copper cable can't handle that medium voltage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of our diamonds to create some glass fiber cable, and we'll do that in just a second. But first, I want to show you that blank plan. We'll click on this, and you can see, like I said, the paper in the indigo dye. So let's do that. First, I'm going to grab some paper out of this. Moved our chest over here for Thaumcraft, and it's not in there. It's in the research table. And let's just grab 2 or 3 pieces. So what the blank plan can do for you is, well, first we need the dye. And there's the indigo dye. And let's make the 3 blank plans. And we'll just keep them here. And we'll keep the dye here too for right now. So what it can do is, for things like batteries and circuits and things like that, that are a little more complicated recipes that you have to make over and over again, you can create a plan, and it's pretty cool. So one of the things we're going to need right off the bat is a circuit, and we need just a standard electronic circuit. And if you look at this, here's the recipe. It's not too bad. 1 piece of refined iron and some cabling and stuff. So let's go ahead and make one of those. So if we do this here, piece of refined iron in the middle and 2 redstone, we get our circuit. But before we take it out of there, let's put a blank plan here. And if we just click this button, it's going to write the plan for this recipe, and now we have an electronic circuit plan. So anytime we want to, let's take this out of here. So now all these materials are back in the inventory. So we can take this electronic circuit plan, put it in here, and it basically gives you the recipe. But not only that, if you have all the materials you need down here, you can just grab the circuit right out of there, just like that. So that is really, really awesome, time saver. And I usually do this for electronic circuits. Let's do one for an RE battery. Let's see here. What's the RE battery? Nope. So it's this plus the 10 and one of the copper cables. So now it's an RE battery. Let's make a plan for that. Write it. And so now we have the RE battery plan. The other thing it can do, let's don't actually get it out of there, is let's say I needed the battery and I put it in there, but I'm, say, missing redstone. You'll see that it turns red in the background, showing the materials that I need. So that's pretty cool too. Once I have all the materials, you can see it, and you can grab your battery out of there. So what I do is just usually keep a few of these plans right in here, and we'll keep the blank one right there. So we find something else we need, we can do that. And there's one more thing before we get started on IC2 that I really want to do, and that is I want to upgrade these chests one more time. Both this chest and our Thaumcraft chest are overloaded. So let's make a gold chest for these guys. And what we need for that is just a gold chest upgrade. And if we just type upgrades, you can see there's a bunch of different upgrades of those chests. And what we want is iron to gold chest upgrade. We click that guy, we'll see all we need is a piece of iron and then the surrounding gold. And that's typically how you do all the upgrades, is you put what you're going from in the middle, and then what you're going to, you surround it on the outsides. So we're going to need 16 gold and a couple of iron to do this. And it's a little bit hard on me to commit the 16 gold, but um, uh, I think it's worth it. You know, we still have plenty of gold left, I think, and I can go mining for some more when we need it. So let's commit the 16 gold, and then let's get our 2 iron. So we'll make 2 of those upgrades. And the other thing about the project table that's nice is it's um, if you put something in it, you hit escape and you walk away, it doesn't fall on the floor. You come back, it's still in there. So that's really nice. And since we already made our first one here, we don't have to put 2 in there like that. We can just leave it like that. Put our gold in here. Put 1 iron. So now we have the 1 chest upgrade. Grab it and see it pulls from the inventory, and then we have our can do our second one. Grab that one. Okay, so let's upgrade our 2 chests. Now I don't know if this will crash or not. If it does, I'll be right back. So let's hit this one. There, gold chest, and now lots more slots. All right, well, let's do this guy. Bingo. And yeah, I did okay. Sometimes it has a little problem and it flickers around a little bit, but great. We got those 2 upgraded. This one I'm not going to upgrade because just ingots. And this one, probably upgraded a little later maybe, but when we get more, I usually don't keep valuables like gems and things alongside other tools and things like that. We may separate those out later, but for right now, this is just all the miscellaneous mod stuff and valuables and stuff like that. Okay, so now that we got our plans in place, let's go ahead and continue on here. And like I said, I want to make that cable. Um, I don't know if I want to commit to this cable yet or not, because it is expensive with 1 diamond, and I don't think we're going to need it yet. Um, you know what? I'm going to wait. I think what we'll do is just put a gold cable here. It's only 1 block, so there will be a little bit of energy loss, but I don't think it'll be very much. So we have some gold cable already. We just need 1 piece of rubber here. Or actually, we have to have this. And we still need 1 more to make it a double insulated cable. I think this will work for high voltage. We'll find out. If it doesn't, it'll blow up. The cable will burn. So there we go. Gold cable. And so we'll just run our, we'll put our 2 machines here. Let me get this thing going with a bit more coal in it. I don't know. That's good, something like that. And you can see that it's starting to fill up. Holds 600,000 EU, so it takes it just a little bit to fill up with just 1 generator. We'll probably end up putting a geotherm and then maybe some solar panels on the roof, which is the nice thing I like about IC2 is the solar panels can just keep things running during the day, keep things charging, and you don't have to worry about losing so much coal. The geothermal generator uses lava and it's much more efficient, but you got to go find some lava. So I don't know. For now, we'll just use the generator. So let's see what it takes to make an extractor. Extractor is going to allow us to really up the yield on our rubber production. So extractor takes an electronic circuit, machine block, and some tree taps. So let's see, do I have enough wood? I have some wood in here. Yeah, I do. So this is cool. We only have to make this once, and then we can pull 4 of these out. I have to do them 1 at a time because they don't stack. And then we'll do our machine block. Matter of fact, I may just do a couple of machine blocks. I think we're going to need it. And then finally, we already have our electronic circuit. So we can click this guy here. That is not right. Oh yeah, I remember. There's a small bug right now with the project table in doing that little question mark deal. So we won't be able to do that. So I'll just memorize what this is, and we'll put our tree taps. And even though I memorized it, I get it wrong every time. And there's extractor. So let's go put the extractor down. And since it's sitting right next to the transformer, it should start charging up. And there, it's already charged, this little lightning bolt. And if we grab our resin, which I think I have in the, yeah, I have some resin here. Put it in here, and should start extracting it. It's a little bit slow. We can put some overclocker upgrades in here to speed it up. But for right now, this will be just fine. We'll just let that run. And let's see, are we climbing still? Yeah, so the generator is more than keeping up with what the extractor can do. And so the next thing I think is I want to create a compressor. The compressor has a few different uses, and we'll need it for the more advanced stuff we're going to do. Let's see, if we're going to make solar panels. I'd like to make some of these advanced solar panels, but that's when we're going to need the more advanced stuff with the compressor, that alloys and stuff. But for the regular solar panel, we just need electronic circuits, and then a generator, glass, and coal dust. So that's pretty easy to do. Let's make our compressor real quick. So compressor, really simple, just some stone, electronic circuit, machine block. What we don't have is the stone. Actually, I might have some in here. Stone bricks. There's some stone. So we need another circuit. So there we go. Our plan. Grab it. Nice. All right. Now we put that here. And this, I believe. And we have our compressor. So we'll place our compressor down here. Now you notice right away it doesn't charge up. That's because these don't transfer energy between them. Between these two, it's fine. So we're gonna have to run some cable underneath. So we can do that a couple ways. I have gone down here and I've enlarged this area down here because we're gonna need to work on some better power down here. I don't know if we'll get to it this episode or not, but I got some plans for doing that. And so let's go on here. So this is our wall right here. Not exactly sure where this is at. Let's see, is it here? Oh, it's one over. So, oh, there's some iron. Nice. Okay. So, where did I go? Okay, so that actually we need access to two more, I think, because our LB transformer, I think, is here. Yeah. And our two machines here. So I forgot to get the copper cable. Let's see, I should have some in here. I probably have just enough. Alright, so if we run some copper cable from there, and even though it doesn't need it, since it's already touching the LV transformer, we still have to put it there, and then we'll put one more. And so now our compressor should be getting power. So there we go, powered up, ready to go. So I think that's only 2 machines for now. Main thing I wanted was the extractor. And is it still running? Yep, still going. Okay, guys. One of the things I did off camera between episodes was I did a little more research. And look at this thing here. This right here is, let me just get my Thermonomicon out here. And we'll take a look. And this is the start of the unified, atomic unified theory or whatever that's called, something like that. And unified atomic field theory. And I've already researched most of the aspects of it, but there's one aspect right here, mutatio, which is the flux and chaos, and that's the one I was talking about earlier, that you can only get from netherwort or those wisps, the essence that they drop. So I haven't even seen a wisp except when we looked over in that dungeon over there earlier. So we could go fight those guys, or we could make a trip to the nether. Um, so I think it's inevitable that we're going to have to make a trip to the nether anyway to get netherwort. So we need obsidian to do that. And we need obsidian for a few other things too. And I could go down and I could mine obsidian with a pick, diamond pick, but I want to do it with a little bit fancier method. So what I want to create is this igneous and the igneous extruder, and this guy here can basically create from lava and water. It can create either cobblestone, smooth stone, or obsidian. So if we create one of those, we're going to need a source of water. So I was looking down here and thinking, if we put it right there where I dug that little hole out right there, I don't think the igneous extruder needs power. I'm not sure about that. If it does, we can figure out something. But I'm thinking what we'll do is just run the water right up here and around and up. That should work out okay. And then, I mean, if worse comes to worse, you can always just fill it with buckets or whatever. But I think that'll work. And then while I was down in the caves earlier, I took some cans with me and I gathered some lava already, so we don't have to go down in there again. So to get started, we need to get that water going. So I've got enough stuff here to do that. We take our minium stone, remember, and put it with actually, we don't need to put it with that. We need the rose red first. And if we put the rose red there, we get the cactus green. And then from that, we can make our pipe waterproofing. We have a couple of stone transport pipes, but we're going to need a few more. And there we go, 18 stone waterproof pipes. That should do for now. And let's go get these guys placed and see if it's going to work out. There we go. So slowly it'll make its way up there. Okay, so let's go make the extruder itself. So for that, we're going to need a piston, a machine frame, and a pneumatic servo. Pneumatic servo is just a redstone, iron, and glass. I've got some glass here. Let's see, what do we have for redstone in here? I'm going to need some redstone. And let's see, we're going to need some regular iron. Okay, so what was it? Iron. Yeah, iron, redstone, then glass on the sides. So there's a pneumatic servo. And then we need our piston. Oops. Believe it or not, I can't ever remember a piston recipe off the top of my head. Never make those guys. Okay, the oak, or the wood, the cobble. Okay, yeah. Cobblestone. And there we go. There's our piston. And okay, our machine frame. So we got gold, iron, and more glass. Okay, so we'll grab our gold. Okay, so gold in the middle. And our iron. Was it iron here? Probably got it backwards. Let's see. Yep. There we go. Machine frame. And glass and then 10 ingots. Okay. Machine frame. Piston. Glass. Oh, sorry. Servo on the bottom. Piston. Glass and 10 ingots. There we go. Igneous extruder. So if we place this guy here, take a look. Hopefully, is it going to fill with water or not? It should. It's not connecting. Tell you what, between episodes, I'm going to figure out what's going on with the water here, because basically what you do is one half of this is going to be water, and the other lava. So if I put a lava in, no, you think you right click it with the lava. Let's see. So if I right click it with lava, take a look. Yeah, it's filled up with lava here. It may be the only way to get water in there too, but I thought you could pump it in. But let me find out between episodes, and then next time when we come back, we'll get that going. We'll also get our induction smelter going, and because right here we can create obsidian, and I don't think it's too slow. Actually, it's pretty fast, and I don't know. It's just a fancier way to create obsidian and going mining for it. So hey, when you can do something the hard way, why not do it? So let me figure this guy out, guys. And anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.